Hello, we are here with an action camera which we recently purchased on Amazon. This is the VIRAN, sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, action camera, which appears to be very rugged and is supposedly waterproof without underwater housing, but I'm not going to test that because I'm really only comfortable testing cameras that include underwater housing, and I would be afraid of something happening to this camera. So this video will be about video tests. So let's turn on the camera and look at the different video settings. This camera also has a built-in flashlight, which is really cool. I just discovered that after we made the unboxing video. And I'll show you how to turn that on momentarily. Okay, so hold down the settings button. Right? Oh. So there's actually two kind of flashlight settings that we have here. The first one is just kind of the continuous. Okay, so here you go. See? There's the flashlight. Very cool. You can kind of see it. And the second one is the kind of the blinking setting, and the third one is obviously flashlight off. Okay, so what kind of video settings do we have here? I have it right now at 1080p 60 frames per second, but let's just click the settings button. To get to our video settings, we have 1080p 60 frames per second all the way up to 4K. But I'm just going to use the default, not the default, my personal favorite video setting, 1080p 60 frames per second. You can see we also have 720p options as well. 1080p 60 frames per second, let's just use that for now. I'm going to show you some video samples recorded with this camera. This is not photos or videos or review, unboxing, anything like that. These are just some video samples recorded outside with this camera, the VIRAN action camera, at 1080p 60 frames per second. And we're going to show you the results momentarily so you can decide for yourself if you think that this is a camera that you might be interested in purchasing. This is a camera with some accessories included. No memory card was included, no extra battery. The battery's kind of in here. I don't know if we can remove it. 1080p 60 frames per second video samples will follow shortly, and you can see for yourself if you think that this is something that you are interested in. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Video samples will follow shortly. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Ten 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Sunday afternoon, summer 2023 video test on this very nice day. Ten 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Ten 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Ten 1080p video test. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test of 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. This is the camera we are recording with, in case you're wondering. Here it is. 1080p video test, 60 frames per second. Sunday afternoon. Summer of 2023. .1080p video at 60 frames per second. .1080p video test, 60 frames per second. The VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. .1080p video test. .60 frames per second. VIRAN action camera. .1080p video test. .60 frames per second. The VIRAN action camera. .1080p video test. 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the VIRAN action camera. 1080p video test, 60 frames per second. This is what we're recording with, in case you're wondering. This is the camera. And pause there if you'd like. 1080p video test. Sunday afternoon, summer of 2023. Purchased on Amazon. 1080p video test, 60 frames per second. Ten 1080p video test. 60 frames per second. Ten 1080p video test. 60 frames per second. VIRAN action camera.